Hello, this is the blockout version currently of a first-person shooter level I've been designing. The map's meant to be based in India. Currently there's a few bugs, such as stairs not actually being interactable since the colliders aren't working. I'll have to fix those when I make my own stairs later on. So far these are all just using blocks and asset store models to lay out the area. I'm planning on changing some of the assets inside the level as well when I've had more time to work on this for now. So we'll go back to the beginning and I will walk the critical path. So in this green area, this is the no combat zone area, as I would refer to it as. The idea is that this area here would be the spawn, and the player would first leave through here, or a door up there, or a door potentially to the side over here. The player then has three options. Let's go to the left side, which would allow them potentially an alternate route towards the main objective, or a lift that would give them access to a higher ground area. They could also go around the outside, which would be a longer route but would allow for some flanking capabilities and potentially an alternative sniping point if they choose that. Or they can always go through the centre area, which is the critical path. Now for now I'm thinking of potentially moving this to not as obviously block the critical path, but the player would have to traverse around this area. Here I believe would be something like a shop, like a market shop, to give the team cover and so on. They could hide behind, shoot, do poke fire, for example, and there is a small health pack here that the team could obtain to keep themselves up if they were to take some damage. The purple area is representative of the objective, and I intend to have stairs that lead down so that when you are in control of the objective, to stay on it you would need to be at lower ground, giving you a strategic disadvantage, meaning the attackers would have more of an opportunity to take the objective, and then it would switch hands more easily, which would add more interesting gameplay as opposed to one team dominating the field for the entire match. I was also planning on, along with this bridge that goes over the top, which if you were standing on you would not actually be able to contest the objective. You would be able to stand on these platforms that would rotate around the objective in a square shape, as indicated by the black path on the floor. The objective does have some cover to make up for the fact that it's got low ground. I'm thinking these three pillars. I'm currently unsure about the central one, as it may give a bit too much cover for the defending team, but for now I think I'll keep it there. I'll decide after doing some testing. The defending team and attacking team, in fact, both have, since this level is a mirror, both have access to this room here. This again also has another small health pack and can be used potentially to get a side angle when defending if the enemy team comes from the critical path route, or to potentially attack an enemy with high ground over in this area. This would allow for long range fighting, such as snipers, which could shoot across the objective and also would be able to get cover behind here or behind here. Now unfortunately, because the stairs aren't working, I can't show you directly, but if you were to go up these stairs, there'll be another one that goes up to there, and there is a sniper platform which is very high up, which would, as I said, sniper, be quite good for vertical attacks, so from quite high up, so maybe a sniper or maybe a flight hero. Again, since the map is mirrored, you have access to this small health pack again on the defending team. The rooms do feel a bit big, which I'm considering potentially shrinking down in size to make it so this open area here in the centre would be for would be for people who didn't rely as much on close range areas, or maybe suited better for open areas where they can get better viewpoints. Whilst I'm hoping to use this as a smaller area so that people who require maybe close range attacks, maybe using a shotgun for example, would be able to get up close and personal with enemies without giving them much wiggle room to escape. When you go through here, you've then got the path that leads into this side. Generally, if you're in the red area, beyond here, you wouldn't really... if you're beyond this red area and the green area, majority of the match you would not be expected to have any form of combat occurring in this area. It would generally be the red zone that you would. If you go in here, which is the left path from spawn, you would see once again another small health pack, and you have two alternate routes again. There's one that allow you to get a bit closer with a bit more cover you could shoot onto the objective with, giving the attacking team another potential angle. And obviously, as I said earlier, this lift would be going up and down over slowly, which would allow the team that's attacking to jump onto it and bring it up and bring them up to the bridge above here. This bridge would obviously give very wide angles, but because there's no protection aside from the fact they have high ground, it would make them very vulnerable, so it's a very high risk reward situation. I was considering having a large health pack to regenerate the defending team's health, but I decided against that for now, although there are a couple of large health packs which are quite a distance away. So for example, here, this big health pack, which would be in the generally quite far off non-combat area, would provide a big heal.